friends. So yesterday Mr. Jerry was really busy and so was I, but in the front of the yard the beds have been tilled. And I took pictures of, let's see if the bird's in this thing and it's gonna freak me out. There is a nest in that with a birdie in it. So our front bed's right here. The cottonwood is coming down. The sun finally came out. It's beautiful out. Oh, there's a robin. So this is the back side of our trailer. I used to have a bleeding heart back here, but that got killed out. So, but these are all my hostas. The lilacs are budding. They are late bloomers. But Mr. Jerry moved our water container down to this end here. He still has to hook it up so we can get some rainwater in here and use that. And he tilled all this up. Those are my roses coming up. I had a beautiful clematis here, but he tore all the wood, the old wood down on it. It was 5 years old. So now I'm going to have to go get something new here. So these are my other roses. We got this last year, but we're not for sure what it's supposed to be. It's a vine of some type. And over here I had a columbine, but I don't see any growth. So and right there is another plant. But we got all of the back here all cleaned out. My lily of the valleys. That robin just doesn't want to fly away. There he goes. So these are my lily of the valleys. This right here is a peonies. And then I have my poppy that I always have. I'd like to get some more to plant in here. So further on down are daylilies and spiderwort plants. That one right there is my Rosa Sharon. It always looks terrible, but it always blooms so beautifully. So did all that. And then up around, you can see things are coming in around there. I usually in the white chair will put a potted plant in there, my rain gauge. So another peonies right here. We're getting little buds. Then my hostas. This is a hydrangea. And this is right where all the squirrels always are at. But we're not feeding them right now because we've gotten twice as many and we don't need that many here. So this right here is my lily of the valleys that hopefully are all going to come back. I'm going to put some type of decoration in here. My hostas. Then out here is the fountain. He has to clean that out yet. My sedums. Right there is my raised bed for the strawberries. Y'all, that's expensive. These are expensive. I should have tried for the other one that was on there. So that, and then I am going to get a container to go down here or on the ground here. He's going to till this up for pole beans, and then I'm going to get, well, I got them coming, and snap sugar beans or peas and some other container stuff. But then he tilled this up over here, and we have a kissing boy and girl we're gonna probably set over here, and then he's going to till this up here for me, and I've got giant sunflower seeds coming. And then this is the other lilac bush we put over here. He just he just put it in the ground this morning. And then that is our giant snowball tree that all the birds will hide in. But as you can tell, it's getting beautiful snowballs on them. And these things will get so big and fragrant. This right here is our new, it's going to be our new Concord grape place. Mr. Jerry tilled this up, and he's going to put posts in between the windows right there, and then he's going to build the like the fence type style for it. And then we got, when we went in town, we got 3 Concord grape. These were hard to find, and these look really, really good. We only paid $14.99. So, because Concord grapes are very expensive, his mom and dad always had a fence full of them. So we're going to plant those over here. And then when he tills this all up in here, I wouldn't mind getting the containers and putting some right in here for like the pole beans and stuff like that. So you got bare feetsies.
Well, I couldn't find my shoes. I looked all over the place.
Mr. Jerry doesn't like barefooted out here or anything.
I can't. I'm not a barefoot person.
He's not a barefoot person, and I keep showing you his clogs on my feet. So we got all this stuff he got at an auction. Our grandkids got us this, and last year, I guess it could stay right here, because you had it over on the bird feeder.
Yeah, I know.
This might work right here because we're going to have containers. I don't even know what he got in here. Oh, my Lanta. Welcome spring. A lot of cute little houses. Little birdie houses. And then these stakes. Oh my goodness, we'll be putting them someplace. And then there's Miss Cali. So far she hasn't ventured too close to the door. That's about as close as she gets. I gotta get the broom and sweep this off, but y'all, I'm getting so excited over this. I didn't realize how much I miss gardening. So, uh-oh. Oh, our rooster. Oh my goodness. What are you going to put? Oh.
Coming a mile away, can't
You want me to take it over there?
I'll suffer.
You'll suffer. So, but it is so pretty back here. We so enjoy this because now this is all shaded for us now that the trees have, you know, budded right out. I'll have to have you go get the blue boy and blue girl.
I would if I had my shoes.
You want your shoes?
Yeah. I gotta go out and water the plants.
So, just a second, y'all. Okay, I gave him his shoes back. His clogs. I need to get myself some outdoor garden clogs like that. I do have garden shoes, but sometimes it's easier just to slip in a clog. He doesn't understand that, so. But anyways, yeah, yesterday we both were just so tired. I had done some housework inside, and then we started doing this out here, and then I started talking about, you know, strawberries, you know, and we had already talked about doing strawberries. And then I said something about I wouldn't mind doing grapes, and I wouldn't mind doing this and that. And we went in yesterday and went to DQ, got a couple Mr. Misties, and then we went out to our local nursery farm market to see if they had strawberry plants, and they just had roots. And so then we went down to Tractor Supply. We walked in there and looked around, and they have a new garden center, and there was the Concord grapes. They only had 4, and we thought that was a good deal. So, and because they look like 2-year growth, maybe 3. So, so we got the 3, and looking forward to that. And now I'm just like, I watched, there is a person from Michigan. It's called Michigan Gardener, and Michigan is M-I capitalized and then Gardner all together. And then so we watched several of his shows on YouTube about how to plant and stuff like that, and it gave me more and more ideas, y'all. He has a whole section on containers, and so I'm going to try potatoes and like I said, the pole green beans and the snap peas, the sunflowers. My grandma and his mom always had. These are the giant ones. The flower itself is supposed to be between 12 and 14 inches long, so they're the big old-fashioned kind. So I got those coming, and I don't know, it just sparked something in me again. And I was talking to my friend Shar. Shar has, people would consider her a homesteader because, you know, she raises all their garden food and stuff like that, and they freeze deer, and she cans it, chicken, you know, all, you name it, that's what they do. They have always done that. So people just don't understand it sometimes, but that is her passion. And I started doing, you know, making some stuff for us. Like last year was the first year that I canned again in 20+ years, and it brought me so much joy, folks. I'm telling you, it just made me feel so good, and I couldn't explain why. And then I got into the bread making, and when I finally found the recipe that he really likes and I really like, then you know, and he says, you know, it's all buggy out here, and he says, you know, I'll quit buying bread if you continue to make that, you know, and it just made me feel good. And then this about the gardening, y'all, this is I'm not like, this is the first time I've gardened. When we were first married, we had an acre of land, you know, a good chunk was tilled up every year. He would till it up. We both were working full time, 2 little ones, and fence around it, and we grew everything. And when we moved here, we tried it the first year, and right where we put it, it just didn't, nothing really grew in it. So, and by that time, our son was already in college. Our daughter, it was her senior year, and then life just happened, you know, and we got out of it, and I got out of it. And I think in the grand scheme of things, I lost myself. You know, for so many years I was somebody's mom, and I'm still somebody's mom, and somebody's grandma, and somebody's wife, but y'all, I used to have a life before too, and when everybody leaves and everything is starting back up, it's a big change, and trying to find what makes you happy again. And so, being retired for 3 years, I'm finally getting into stuff again that I'm discovering that I really enjoy, like the baking. Like today, for example, Mr. Jerry loves rolls. He would love to have a roll at every meal, and we just quit making them. We quit buying them, basically. And I got to thinking that I wonder if I could take my bread dough recipe and before rising it the second time, turn them into rolls. So that's what I did. You know, I weighed out the dough and I divided it up into 12 pieces and let them rise again for about 35 minutes, and then baked them at 350 for, I think it was 20 minutes. Yeah, they turned out perfect. They were so good. And so at May 12, he's had 2 or 3. I've had, you know, 1.5. But they are so good. And I got them in bread bags that I had bought. And I'm hoping that they will last as long as our bread. Our bread will last a good 5 to 6 days. And the more I do it, the better that it gets. Hear all the birds. So y'all, it's finding my passion again. And what this has done for me, finding my passion again and all this stuff, it's kind of brought out the weight loss journey a little easier. I'm not focusing on the foods. I'm not thinking about it all the time. And I'm noticing that I'm not snacking like I was. And if we are snacking, and I say we because we do, you know, he's been buying ice cream stuff that, like skinny cow, that's really good. The Xoxo yogurts are really good. But every once in a while, he wants a Dairy Queen Mr. Misty. And y'all, that's 19 points. But y'all, I had the points for it. But I didn't snack too much after that, really. I mean, because we went and we ran around, and I noticed something also. I normally would sit in the car and he'd be the one running into the stores. And I just sat I would sit in the car. The last few days, I've been getting out. I've been actually looking forward to doing stuff. You know, I woke up sore this morning, couldn't figure out why. Well, it's because I hardly sat yesterday. So whatever this is that is making me happy, finding myself again, can only benefit me in my weight loss journey, because you know, we can't always just focus on that. We've got to focus on everything. And Jana, I so love the idea that you treated yourself to a new birdhouse. Instead of us always going, when I hit 5 pounds, I'm going to treat myself to, you know, eating this, or maybe buying a new piece of clothing or whatever. Whatever it is, it should not be food related. You know, we need to find something that brings us joy. And y'all, you need to give Miss Janet some congratulations. She hit 60 pounds. Girl, I am so proud of you. Gives me encouragement to keep going myself. So anyways, I'm going to let you go. But I just wanted to show you the beginning clip of the 3 lilacs. Those 3 and the one in the backyard we got from that nursery that we stopped to several days ago. And Mr. Jerry planted those 3 out there because his hope is that when they start to grow, they'll become one great big one. And let me tell you a story on that. We went up there and we got them. We knew that this nursery was going to be a little bit more expensive because they are known for it. But these lilac bushes are probably a good 3 years old, if that. And the tag said $118, but when she rang them up, they were only, well, they were half price. And so he had gotten the 2. And the next day he went back to take the door back that's behind me to get the correct door. And he stopped there on the way up. And he wanted another one, and because we only got the 2 and we were talking about a 3rd one in the front to make it that triangle. And long story short, they couldn't find them in the computer, even though I had wrote down our email for it to be on their newsletter, so they knew he was there yesterday because it was dated that I was there and stuff. And he told them who waited on him and this and that. And the young gal, he said, was her. He pointed to, and they said, well, she's only been here 1 day. And he says, well, could be, but she waited on us yesterday. So they called, we're assuming, the manager down. And he scanned it and he says, nope, these are 118. He says, we just got these in a truckload yesterday. And he goes, I know you did. He said, and Frankie waited on us. And the gal scanned it and it was, I don't know, 52, something like that, or 59, something, I don't know. It was half off. And he said, well, just a second. And he scanned it again, and then he looked something up and he came back and he said, well, he was still there, and he says, oh, I see what the problem is. He said, they haven't changed the tag. This is the old tag. He says, well, he says, you got a really good deal. And he said, and he says, so I guess, he said, how many do you want? And Jerry said, well, I came to get one more. And he says, well, he says, how many do you want? He says, well, what price are you talking? Well, he gave it to him for the half off price. He says, well, if you're going to do that, then I want 2. So y'all, we basically paid full price for 2 and got 2 free, if you want to look at it that way. So we're just so thankful. Just so thankful, because if he wouldn't have stopped, we would never have known. So that's where the one in the backyard came from. So, but I'm going to let you go. Thanks for listening, my friends. We've got this. We can do this. Remember, there's always joy in the journey, no matter what. We just have to find it. Talk to you later.